Hello everybody, welcome back to Hermitcraft. My name is Cub. Today is episode 7 from the Hermitcraft Season 11 server, and we are currently in the Outer End Islands, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Take a look around. We're in the desolate wastelands of the End. We got the end flashes now going off in the distance. Excuse me, sir. You would please not walk into my frame of view. Thank you. But yeah, we are gathering up some end stone. Why, you ask? Well, basically, this season, I want an end that is not complete garbage. So here's an image of the Season 9 end and how it ended the season. Pretty rough. Lots of pillars everywhere. Lots of, like, too tall tower things that people make to, you know, defend against Endermen like this. And they hide under here, and then they look at the Enderman. And the Enderman comes, and then they swing like this. And hopefully slay the Enderman. Like that, get some ender pearls, but then they just leave this structure in the end forever. We don't want this. We don't want this. Get rid of it. Get it out of here. Not even in the periphery of my field of view. So we're going to make sure that none of those things, no like noob pillars going up to the end crystals, no random crafting tables are left around the area, and we're going to make a nice end this season. Not you know, we're not going to go super crazy with this, but we need it to be at least presentable. So I've already started over at the main end island. Let me just gather a few more endstone here, and I'll show you what we've done thus far. Welcome to the main end island, everyone, and you might notice that we have a couple things that have changed here. First of all, you might notice that there's no one tall pillars of cobblestone and netherrack leading up to the end crystals. We got rid of all of those. There is like some holes in the underside of some of the obsidian towers, but that's because people have been here mining obsidian. However, the end portal here, you might see, has a couple of interesting things. Namely, we got some end stone bricks, which are now making a nice little design around the end portal, which also is sort of prominently displayed as we've flattened every bit of the end from the end portal out to the end stone pillars, out to here. It's all just totally flat from here to the end portal. Now, we want to basically continue this here, because what I'm trying to do here with all this end stone that we got here, and all the end shulker boxes of end stone we got here, and all this end stone in here, we want to basically make an abyssal flat plane. So that we basically extend this, excuse me, sir, all the way out as far as we possibly can in each direction, so that it appears as if the end stone and this main end island basically go on forever. That's kind of the goal here. I then started to place a whole lot of end stone, working my way from the inside close to the end portal outwards. And after several hours of expanding the end island and placing down end stone, I was beginning to run out of end stone. It felt as if there had to be a better way. And just at that exact moment, a mysterious Canadian flew from the sky and said, "There is indeed a better way." Ito was able to show us a much more efficient and much faster way to mine endstone using the wither. Effectively, what you do is you just basically dig a tunnel and then have the wither mine out the endstone for you by hitting the wither. And this basically is much, much faster, like several times faster than mining with your pickaxe. So we decided to implement this technique ourselves and make a huge long tunnel of wither mined endstone, which granted us enough endstone to greatly expand our end island. Alright everyone, take a look. We got ourselves an end that is coming together here slowly. Still got a lot of work to do, but we have about 150 by 150 block square of endstone now placed down, centered around the end portal. We've also added just a tiny little bit of decoration around the end portal besides the endstone brick slabs. We got some obsidian down, we got a few carpets down, but I wanted to keep it minimal because we want to have this sort of desolate feeling to the end eventually, once we add even more endstone out in the furthest reaches of the island. Yeah, we also got, besides the endstone place down, we got a new area for the spawn point of the end. So we just went in here and just decorated a little bit. You can see here's the obsidian platform down here. We sort of enclosed it in and sort of made use of, you know, the walls. These are endstone walls along with some of the iron bars. And then we just have like some purple color to add a little bit of splash of color in there. But yeah, just basically keeps the whole thing the same, but just makes it so that it's, you know, a little bit better than just a walkway. And that was it, pretty much. So yeah, at least we have a little bit of something now to find and to move back and forth from, so that's good. The plan with this is to basically keep extending the end main island for a couple hundred blocks in that direction and a couple hundred blocks in that direction. I think I'm going to aim for like 200 from the end portal in each direction, because right now we're at like 75, so just imagine like 2.5 times further out this way, and out this way. This direction, though, we're sort of capped here, because this is 128 blocks from the platform over there, so we don't want mobs to be able to spawn here when someone's at the Enderman farm. So you can see some mobs just barely spawning in once I get close here. But yeah, if we have this as the cutoff on this side, it shouldn't affect the farm too much. So yeah, we're just sort of getting started on this end project. I also have a way to make it look a lot better, because from below here, we get down this way. I'll just show you. Admittedly, it looks kind of rough from down below here, but we're going to have basically, I think, a water curtain all the way around the end island would be kind of cool. And that would also cover up all the end stone underneath, like the main island, and also the pillars and stuff. So that should be pretty cool once we get that in place, but we got a lot more end placement to do before then. But since we play so much today, I think we're pretty much done with that for now. So we're just going to fly on back through and back to our base to see what else we're doing today. Alright everyone, today at the base, we're going to set up some automated villager farms, namely some farms for wheat, carrots, and potatoes. And the way I'm going to set these up, I want to set these up mostly because of the spear. Because the spear with lunge is an incredibly useful tool. Helps you get around super quick in survival now. You can see how far we can jump with it. And we can, you know, take off like this with it without rockets and things. But you'll see that as we get down here and we do one more lunge, yeah, it quickly depletes hunger. Which means then you have to eat. And this means that the quality of your food, if you're using the lunge enchantment on your spear, has actually, like, that's actually a critically important thing to have high quality food now. So it's actually buffed golden carrots, which we currently have. If we get over here, you can see we have exactly one of, which is the item that we use to basically make the filter. So we need to get some more golden carrots, and the way we do that is through villager trading. Unfortunately, we have no emeralds. So in order to get emeralds, to get golden carrots, we got to set up a wheat, potato, carrot farm, maybe also melon and pumpkin farm, we'll see. But we got to set up some automated villager stuff to get those golden carrots. Alright guys, so here's what I'm thinking for these villager farms. So I have some pathways down here that I started. One pathway is going to continue on this way. This one obviously is going to go down this way. And so along here, this is where I want the farms to be. I think it would be cool if we had an area for the villagers to just sort of chill for a little while and to sleep and stuff, along with them actually, you know, performing their farming duties. So what I'm going to aim for here is I'm going to try and make like a 2-story villager farm. The bottom story is going to be where the villagers just sort of chill, you know. They got like seats that they can like sit down in. They got like beds and stuff here we'll put down. Maybe there's like pressure plates that make stuff happen down here. But basically the villager living space is going to be even with this pathway here. And then the workspace is going to be up these stairs. So like every morning they should wake up and they should walk up these stairs to the farm up here. And the farm is going to be where everything is collected. Everything is collected via like a minecart hopper underneath the farm. And then at nighttime, the villagers walk back down these steps here, back into the living quarters down here. At least that's kind of the idea I'm going to hope to make happen here. So with the farm and stuff being up here, that's going to mean we're going to have a minecart, you know, going back and forth collecting the crops. And I thought it would be cool. What if we had the minecart sort of shoot over the top of this, what will be this walkway here in our base, and come over to here to get unloaded? And so I'm thinking now, instead of just like a regular park, which I said previously, what if it's like a packaging park where all the minecarts from all the farms you know, they're going back and forth. They're coming over here. They're dropping off their stuff, and they're going back. And we see these minecarts sort of shooting back and forth across this. If we look down this this hallway here, I think that could be kind of cool. And then obviously the packages will then ship off to the mass storage to be stored once they're full. But it could be kind of cool to sort of integrate like a packaging area and a green park area too. So that's sort of what I'm thinking now. I'm not sure if it's going to work. That's the vision though. Let's see if we can make it happen. All right, everybody, welcome back. As you can see here, we now have a couple of farms up and operational. You can see some lamps flashing, some carts moving here and at some other farms. So the first farm we have here, this is our wheat farm. So you can see some wheats and some seeds in there. And yeah, this guy up here, obviously, is just farming away, contemplating life, staring at the wheat apparently over there. Having a good time, breaking some wheat, replanting. Then we have over here, we got a carrot guy, carrot farmer, trying to get to his composting site, but he's not going to get there because the trapdoors are blocking him. That's how we prevent him from composting stuff. But yeah, that basically then, once the carrots are on the ground, he's, you know, harvested and replanted, a minecart underneath comes and, yeah, dumps off all the carrots. And then once it's done offloading the carrots, it launches again to pick up even more. And you see we have a couple of lights down here. I want to get more lights, but I ran out of glowstone. So our redstone lamp production is extremely limited at this time. But we'll get there. We'll get some more lamps in there. Same with down here. This guy is a potato farmer. And it looks, yeah, he's still at work right now. So he should still be farming some potatoes here. And the potatoes are just gathered and collected right over here. And we should have, yeah, quite a bit of potato down here. So yeah, things are working out pretty nicely. Some things I definitely want to change. The aesthetics of these farms are not done yet, and they will not be done today. I like the terracotta color compared to the stone brick right here that we have in this one. Just because the terracotta feels warmer, it feels like it fits better. So I'll probably change all this stone brick to terracotta at some point. Also, these undersides, they do utilize the staircase on the side here. I was a little bit concerned that they wouldn't, but they definitely do. And they make it all the way from their workstation above to the bed down here. However, I do want to change up all these areas. So I think during a live stream, we're going to basically transform these areas from what is effectively right now, it feels like a prison, to a nice, beautiful, lived-in area that the villagers can be proud to call home. Look at him come down. He's off of work now. Yep, 5 o'clock. That's right, baby. Take that break, baby. Take that break. We love you. Thank you for your service. So yeah, we're gonna basically decorate all 3 of these during a live stream coming up. Twitch.tv/CubFan135 if you want to check that out. But for now, I think these farms are at least a good start. We will need to add some more like filters and stuff to filter out the seeds and filter out the poisonous potatoes from the like useful wheat and potatoes. But that's gonna come at a later point. Luckily for you, later is actually right now. So we've actually now developed a sorting system for everything. We actually are utilizing the copper golem because the copper golem actually saves us significant space here, in my opinion. Yeah, you can actually see how this works. The golem puts the wheat in, and the wheat comes right down into the crafter, and then the crafter will shoot out hay bales here after sorting. He sorts the seeds into the composter, so we actually get bone meal from the seeds. The way this works is I get up here, bada boom. So yeah, the stuff comes in here. He picks the stuff out of the chest, like seeds or wheat or whatever. Then if he has seeds, it goes in this chest, at which point, if it goes over a certain threshold of seeds, this line depowers, which then unlocks the hopper underneath of it, and that then sends things to a composter. If it's wheat he picks up, he obviously puts it into this chest, which has nothing in it, and that sends the wheat down to the crafter, and the crafter then crafts it up via this circuit right here, which basically compares 9 to, in this case, 7. And if it becomes 9, bam, it shoots out the hay bale. So that's pretty much how it works. We do need some mass storage for these things, like now, because, bam, we got carrots for days. Carrots and carrots and carrots, and there's even more carrots flowing in as we speak as the cart goes back and forth here. So yeah, we need a lot more storage capacity, and we need the shulker box system in like pretty much right now. Same thing with the potatoes. These are actually getting to be quite a lot as well. Almost a double chest of potatoes. currently, and we're also sorting poisonous potatoes, which the villager very rarely picks out. I thought they didn't actually pick out poisonous potatoes, but I've gotten a few in here, so I'm not really sure when that changed. But yeah, they do pick out a few poisonous potatoes, but only like a few every couple thousand potatoes. So we're having the golem sort the poisonous potatoes in here first, and then all the other potatoes go in here, which, yeah, is basically the reverse of the seed thing over there. So yeah, that's how it works right now. So we got to put in a mass storage system. We got to make some shulker box loaders and unloaders here. And then we got to basically hook it up to our mass storage, million item storage system over here. All right, everybody, I'm going to show you how to build this real quickly here. So what we're making is we're making a shulker box loader for a system that gives you a single item. In this case, hay bales is what we're going to be making this for. But this can apply to pretty much anything, and the other ones are going to be pretty similar. This one's probably the most complex one since we have some redstone back here we have to work with. But yeah, here's how I'm going to modify this. So first of all, I'm just going to take out our hay bales, and we're going to remove this, and we're going to switch this so that we have a chest over here. Put this hopper into here. So now the hay bales will be shot into this hopper and into this chest here. And then we're going to have these hoppers come over again, just so we get some separation from this area over here. And then this is going to be what goes into our shulker boxes. So our shulker boxes are going to sit on top of a soul sand right here. And this soul sand is actually going to be what the shulker box goes through into this hopper, which is actually going to be what calls the minecart to come pick it up. Because this hopper can't be full. Because if it is full, then the shulker box is not picked up by through the soul sand. So yeah, we're gonna have this like this, and then we need a piston to break the shulker box, which is gonna be on top right here, and we need a dispenser to dispense a new shulker box once the old shulker box is broken. So we got that like that. Very nice. Let me grab some terracotta. Hopefully I got some. If we come over here. Yes, we got some terracotta. Very good. Alright, so let's come back over to this side. And we're going to basically start to make the circuitry for this. So what we'll do is we'll just place down a block right here, and block here. So now we need our comparator. Comparator is going to be facing outward right here. We're going to need a redstone block right here. You can also use a lever-powered piece of dust, but I'm going to use a redstone block because it's easier. But this is just basically to ensure that the box is full before we break it. And then if it's full, we're going to basically have our dust come up here, and then break the piston by having a repeater like that. And then on this side, we're just going to have something similar, but on a delay so that the new shulker boxes can be dispensed whenever, yeah, everything is pretty much full here. So, yeah, that's pretty much it. And now we just need a piece of glass, and we're done. So, let's just... glass. Here you are. All right. So, we'll come over this way. Put down a piece of glass in front right here. There we go. And now we just need some shulker boxes, which I don't have on me, but we should have over here in our shulker area. Yep, right here. Very good. We probably want to color coordinate these, but just to show you how it works. So let's just bada bing, bada boom. Just put this in here. And I'll probably also put a button on this. I don't have any stone on me, unfortunately. Let's go get some real quick. We should have some in here. Yes. We'll just craft up a button real fast. And then we'll just get on back over here. So, let's put this down here. So, to start the system, boom, it started, and now it should just run. So, this shulker box should now fill up with hay bales. And then once it reaches signal strength 15, it'll now put a signal to this line here, which will cause the piston to push down. It'll break the shulker box, which will then go through the soul sand and then into the hopper. And then we can just sort of simulate that by artificially powering this real quick. And yeah, that's what happens once it fills up totally. So all of our hay bales and stuff will be down here. And now the next box has already been dispensed, and it will start filling up with hay bales in here. And then once that one's full, again, power's on, gets sucked up by the hoppers down here, and the next shulker box is dispensed. And that's basically how it works until you run out of shulker boxes here, which we should probably put on like a little thing to have some shulker box storage, like that. And that's pretty much it. So once we have this, all we need now is a call mechanism for the bottommost hopper. So whenever a shulker box gets put into it, it calls a minecart and then whisks that shulker box away to our million item storage system for long-term storage right in here. So that should be super nice. Let's go ahead and make this system now for all the items. So probably for bone blocks, for hay bales, carrots, and potatoes. We'll probably leave the poisonous potatoes out of it for now because I don't think we're going to be getting too many of those. But we could add, a system for that if we wanted to in the future and if it's necessary. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. I'll be back. All right, everybody. So we got everything situated now. So you saw us build this system here for our hay bales. We also got a crafter now crafting up bone blocks from the bone meal that the seeds produce right in there. Then we have a crafter, or not a crafter, a shulker box loader for the carrots, which is currently, I believe, loading up. Yeah, you can see some of the carrots emptying in here. And then we have a loader for the potatoes, which has already produced 2 shulker boxes full of potatoes. And so the way this thing works is, obviously, you saw the shulker box, and you know how that works, but once the shulker boxes break, they get put into this hopper down here, and this hopper reads out into a redstone line down here, which leads all the way back. Let me just show you here. So this line goes all the way back here, all the way underground here to this point. And so this point basically powers this rail, which this chest minecart is going to sit on. And then whenever this line gets powered, this rail gets activated via being powered via this copper here. And then it goes and retrieves the item like this. So this is going to go down and actually retrieve the potato shulker boxes down here. I think will it take both? No, it'll take one. So it now has a potato shulker box. It's going to go back here. It'll drop off its item right there. Then it goes back to get the other item, or the other shulker box. And then the potato shulker box has now been put in there. Sweet. All right, fantastic. And then we should see another one come in here momentarily. Once the minecart comes back, there it is. Okay, and we should see a second one come in here. It checks that it's a full box there. Very good. And there it is. Sweet. All right. Very good. So this system is now fully automatic from the point it's harvested to the point it's in our mass storage, and this will allow us to finally get some golden carrots. Ladies and gentlemen, it is golden carrot time. We are looking for a farmer that has carrots and potatoes in their first trade because we get all these things boxed up and delivered for free. That guy has wheat. Good trade, but not a great trade. How about somebody over here? Do I hear a carrot and potato guy? You, my guy? Halfway there. Almost. So close, yet so far. Let's see. This guy? He's right there. Take the job. Is there no farmer amongst you? There we go. Okay, carrots and beetroots. Okay, let's see a carrot and potato. Hey, not quite. I thought that was it for a moment, but not quite. Excuse me, guys. We just have to make sure that y'all are just not cooperating. There we go. Carrots and potatoes. This is our guy. So, we're going to just put down carrots, put down potatoes, and now we just trade for all the emeralds. And we can just do that. And then we'll just get some more out. Looks like he's raised prices on us. You love to see it. You love to see it. Let's just get some carrots going as well then, in that case. There we go. We take that. Fantastic. And now we have to buy, unfortunately at a loss, some things like these pumpkin pies to unlock the next trade. Thank you so very much. Take that little XP. Wow, there are a lot of villagers here. I will take some more. Buy some cookies, of course. There we go. Just a few of those to unlock the next trade. There we go. Buy some suspicious stews. Curious what these are going to be. Probably something not great, but that should then... Let's see what it is. It's poison, yeah. Good job, guy. Poisoning the customers. Then we can get some golden carrots, which we would be able to buy if we just buy a few more things like this. There we go. Excuse me. Just getting damaged by the poison a little bit more. So there we go. We'll just grab those. And then, finally, at long last, the golden carrots, ladies and gentlemen. So, we're going to be trading with this farmer villager a lot. We'll probably also get a couple other farmer villagers, but, yeah, it would be nice to not have to eat any other foods other than golden carrots ever again for this whole season. Unless, of course, we want to. And maybe also cake, because cake's awesome. But, mostly, golden carrots from now on. Now that we have our golden carrots in adequate supply, we can now use the lance to our heart's content to just, move around the world or just take off and use the elytra with. So either way, I think this has been a wonderful time, and we're going to be reaping the benefits from these farms all the time, constantly, anytime we're anywhere close to our base. So that's absolutely phenomenal, fantastic, and amazing. Speaking of amazing, check out this sweet cape I got. This is the zombie horse cape, which you were able to get this past weekend as part of the Mounts of Mayhem update. So you got that. That's what it looks like right there. That's just the basic cape. And then if I put on the wings, see, it becomes like this jagged, crazy zombified wings. So that's pretty cool in case you're wondering what that is. But for now, guys, I think I'm going to call it an episode for today. We will be decorating these areas where the villagers are and the areas where we have made our farm stuff soon. But until then, I just want to say a big thank you all for watching. If you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like, be sure to subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Farewell. Bonus clip now with 200% more epic music. Hey! Get the... Got the star, got the star.